Well, bye-bye to the Fortin Islands. They were lovely. I don't think it's the last time I'm here. So, there they are. Hidden in mist and fog. And I'm going over there. Mainland Norway. About down 3/4 away. So, and then 650 kilometers. Nortkappe. Haha! Oh, fuck. Hello, dear Earthlings. In this episode, I will be finally, after about 8,000 kilometers, reaching my goal, Nortkappe. I will be battling the elements as well as mosquitoes and avoiding stray reindeers. And I will finish this episode very close to the Finnish border. You probably know the North Cape is the northernmost point of a European continent. The question is, who was the first visitor? How did and when did it all happen? Well, it so happens that the journal is being helped by the first explorer, Francesco Negri from Italy in 1664. He was the first explorer to have the North Cape as his final destination. And he also mentioned it in his travel journal, and he said the following: "Here I am at the North Cape." Okay, I will do it in English. "At the edge of Finnmark, and I dare say, the very edge of the world, since there are no other places further north inhabited by men. This affirmation has now been fulfilled to my satisfaction. I will return to Denmark, and if God permits, to the land of my birth." And here I am, 361 years later, with exactly the same plan. An interesting fact for you. Maybe you were wondering, and seen in my other videos, why a majority of the Norwegian houses red. Well, there's a rather simple story behind it. It's called Falu red. It's a pigment rich in iron oxide, quite affordable and accessible byproduct of copper mining in Sweden, which Norwegian twigged it's rather good for its preserving qualities and just start using it in Norway too. In addition to that, it was also mimicking brick houses, so it looked like that you were rather posher than you actually were. I am now crossing the Kafjord, or some call it Altafjord, when in 1943 rather interesting things were happening. I don't know if you're familiar, but during the Second World War, German had two major battleships. One was called Bismarck, which one English fleet sank, and the other one was Tirpitz. And this Tirpitz was anchored right in this very fjord, and the Allies considered it as a massive threat to their shipping and supplying Russia. So it was a paramount effort was made to be sunk. And I just, to the help of Wikipedia, learned a little bit more about this action, and it's staggering. The Brits started 26 separate operations in 4 years in order to sink it, in which 1,101 planes were used in these 26 separate missions. There were 2 missions with submarines. One was successful and actually detonated 2.5 tons mines under the ship, but still didn't sink. And in total, they lost 33 planes and 2 submarines to destroy 1 ship. And that finally happened in 1944. 12th of November, when 3 5.4 tons bomb hit the ship. So, nowadays of rockets and drones and such like, it is incredible to think how much effort it took to sink one ship, even though it was one of the biggest battleships in the world. Interesting, don't you think? There is also a museum on site, but sadly it was closed when I was there. Might find the area around me rather dull through the lack of trees. Actually, this is the beginning of tundra, which is a biome that is characterized by low temperatures, very short growing seasons and hardly any trees, and it's usually found in high latitude regions called Arctic tundra. The most defining feature is the permafrost, which is a layer of permanently frozen ground that only melts a few inches deep in the summer, which supports a rather unique vegetation of mosses, lichen, grasses, sedges and dwarf shrubs. Also, because rather low temperatures, the evaporation is very, very slow, which creates a lot of wet areas like bogs and ponds, which in turn are perfect breeding ground for mosquitoes. Hello again, Earthlings. A quick report. It's 24th of July and I'm about 180 kilometers away from Nortkappe. I'm camping on some sort of a tundra-like environment, and there are millions and millions and millions and millions of mosquitoes. Please look at the roof of my tent. If I have a hole in this tent, I will be sucked dry, I think. But I came prepared. I even managed to make myself a bacon sandwich, purely because I have this net you put on your head, but you look like a complete and utter twat. Just a second. Like so, with all your motorcycle gear on, and I was pretty safe. It was annoying, the buzzing, but none of them got me, I hope. So, yeah, I just hope these guys will not be able to get in. My God, there's so many of them there. Well, let's hope there's no holes. When I enter my tent, about 30 mosquitoes infiltrated together with me. So I spent about half an hour trying to kill them all, and in succeeding to do so, my watch kindly asked me if I want to record an exercise, to which I gently replied, no, but you can F off. Too late, suckers! Not a drop of blood was spilled due to superior technology. I'm about 110 kilometers out of Nortkappe, and the weather turned significantly. It's 15 degrees and drizzle everywhere. So not ideal, I need to slow down significantly. But the upside is I seen 5 caribous. So yeah, let's see what the rest of the day brings. Da 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 da, with love from me to you. La 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 la. Oh, la 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 la. Believe it or not, but Nortkappe, it's on the island. So in order to reach it, you have to go through a rather long tunnel. And the temperatures were plus 15 degrees on one side and 9 degrees on the other side. So after you get up, then it's another mess, I think 25 kilometers or so, and you are at Nortkappe.
Hello.
Is there any chance you can do anything about the weather?
We will see. Where you from?
Slovenia.
Really?
There's many pictures you can take in here. Hopefully it's going to stay a long time. Okay, one down. Mount Everest next. Maybe Africa. Maybe easy. Maybe like myself, you're wondering where exactly is Lapland. Well, Lapland, as you see in the picture, is the area of the northern part of Norway, Sweden, Finland, as well as Russia. And it's been populated by Sami people long before the rest of Europeans reached these parts. They're known for their strong cultural identity. They have 9 different languages, and traditional livelihood was reindeer herding, fishing and hunting. And by the way, they are considered Europe's only indigenous people. They also have their ethnic flag with quite interesting explanation, where the red circle symbolizes the sun, the blue one the moon. The color red, blue, green and yellow reflect the Sami national costume. Green symbolizes nature, blue water, red fire and yellow the sun, as they are known as the Sun people. My favorite Sami symbol, it's called the midnight sun. It's the one that's sort of referring to summer months north of Arctic Circle, when the sun never sets. It's there, goes down to the horizon, also down to the sea, never below it, and then it goes up again. And it originally used to be found on shaman drums, but now it's sort of also, I would say, unofficial symbol of Sami people, because if nothing else, you can buy it in many shops. The tents you see that look very much like American Indian teepees are traditional home for the Samis. But these days they're usually used for selling tourist souvenirs. I pitched the tent about 10 kilometers away from Finnish border. So now, from now on, it's time to go south. First through Finland, through all the Baltic states, Central Europe, all the way down to my beloved Slovenia. Ciao for now and see you next Wednesday.